Hey guys, Charlie here. Welcome back to my Becoming a Better YouTuber series, where my first step to doing so is working on my home office. In the last episode, I just finished sitting together this desk. Looks pretty good, I think. It's working pretty good. I need to clean it, of course. I haven't done any of that yet. But today I want to set up like the work environment and see how it's going to flow. And then I can make adjustments from there. But I have a couple of things that I'm trying to think of if I want to do. I think it's going to come out pretty good, but I don't know. So let's go do it. Okay, let me take you for a tour of what I'm thinking here. Please try to excuse the dust and stuff. I'm going to clean all of this stuff off, but I'm just trying to get a layout of the land right now. Okay, so captain's chair, right? It's going to be a little hard to move on the carpet, but I'm not going to put a plastic pad underneath. Not going to do that because I like the carpet underneath me. It dampens the sound, so that's what I want. Now, we sit in this captain's chair. We've got these two monitors here. Now, the hope is that I can put my microphone right through the middle of these monitors and have it be right here in my face, but not block my view. That's the hope. And then you can kind of hear there's a little bit of echo here. That's because this wall is gonna have like foam padding all over it. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not using that. Oh my God, my dog is down here. Great. This is one of those reasons why I'm not using that big shelf thing, because I couldn't really mount foam pads to that shelf very well, to where this whole wall is like open season for that stuff. So speakers right there, I don't know what I'm going to do with those, but primarily I'm doing media content and stuff on this monitor. This is the G-Sync monitor, so this is the one I'm going to be doing it on. And so I've got the speaker sort of centered around that one. And it's kind of nice having two monitors that are kind of directly pointed at me instead of having one that's a little bit off to the side and angled. I should probably be able to pay attention to the chat a little bit more with that type of setup, I think. We'll see. Depends on whether or not the microphone blocks my view. That's something I'm going to figure out. So, the microphone issue, what I'm thinking, I've got this little like pillar kind of thing here, this little shelf here, this little, I don't know, wall, whatever you want to call it. And my microphone stand originally was mounted to a wall behind my monitors. It went over top of the monitor and sort of dipped down. And that was cool and all, but you could never speak directly in front of the mic because you had to have it above your head so that you could see in front of you, right? So for instance, live streaming, I had to see in front of me. So like if it was a podcaster or something, that's totally fine. You don't have to necessarily see the screen. But for like a Let's Player or a streamer, you have to see what's on the screen. And so the most ideal position for the microphone is coming up, from underneath. So you can have the mic as close to your mouth as possible, lowest gain possible on the mic. Have the mic right in front of your mouth, if you can, but still see over top of it. That's the ideal position. So I rearranged my office a little bit, and this is what you saw in the beginning episode. I rearranged it to where it was actually mounted to the wall. It came this way, sort of slanted out, wrapped around the first monitor, and was like in my face here. I had to put it like in an angle, and it kept falling down near the keyboard. So what I did was I put a little bit of like a little box, and then I had two like pairs of socks that were all like bundled up, like a new pair of socks, and I put those underneath the arm, and that propped the arm up enough to where the microphone was right where I needed to be. The problem with that though is that if I ever bumped the mic, it would tip over and it would ruin everything. It would hit the desk, like the actual microphone portion of it would actually hit the desk. And that's not good. So if I ever bumped it, it was a terrible idea. Here it is. So this is the wall mount, right? So you put this to the wall, and then the arm goes in that little hole right there. And then inside this little hole, again, try to ignore the drywall dust. It was mounted to the wall, okay? The little thing that's in my little tray there, my little silver tray, that will be used to tighten it down. You put it in that little hole. So this is my microphone. This is the Blue Yeti. It's extremely reliable microphone. I've loved it all this time. I need to put tape in these little holes to help protect it from dust. But I've had it from almost the entire time I've had it. I've been using it upside down. So like dust isn't an issue if you use the mic upside down. I want to use it right side up so that I can have it in front of my mouth, because it's a cardioid microphone, right? So it's in front right here. And then I'm using it in cardioid mode. It has 4 different modes, but I use it in cardioid mode because it's most conducive for podcasting and for Let's Plays and whatever. So the pickup range on this, the pickup sort of like angle, if you will, is sort of like out that way and out that way. and like everything in front of you, but it doesn't pick up much behind you. So the idea here is I'm going to set the mic. I'm hoping to have the mic right about here if I can, maybe even closer to like here if I can, and like right above the keys. My hope is if I put it right above the keys, that the sound of the keyboard isn't necessarily within its pickup range. I'm hoping. If I can get the keys behind the mic, that's even better, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Because it's a cardioid mic, I want it in front of my mouth as close as possible. And if I have to do it upside down, you see what happens? It's in front of my face. So I want it right set up, or ideally actually kind of off to the side would be even cooler. And obviously, we also have a pop filter. Blue makes a pop filter too. I didn't buy that one. This is a cheaper one, and it gets the job done really well, and it's nice nylon right here. Perfect. It's exactly what I needed. And these are awesome. These are the best pair of headphones I've ever owned. These are the Audio-Technica's MTX, nope, sorry. What is this? Audio-Technica ATH MX50s. That's what these are. Awesome. Links to all of the stuff I'm talking about down in the description. Oh, and then this is the Logitech C920. This is the webcam. I'm going to put that up there too. So there's a whole bunch of equipment that I have to kind of hook up here, but this is sort of the command station. And the hope is that if I'm sitting right here and I'm speaking this direction, that most of my sound, you know, is kind of going off into the distance here. There's not a whole lot of reflection. Obviously, some will be bouncing off the monitors. There's nothing I can do about that. I might actually put like a shield around the microphone, like if it's right here. I might like buy one of those little shields that go behind it, and then the sound that comes back, like bounces off the sound that bounces off the monitors and comes back at it, will hit the shield and not the mic. But because it's in cardioid mode, it's not really all that big of a deal. I mean, it does get picked up, but it's not nearly as bad as like an omnidirectional mic. That would be terrible. All right, guys. So here's the part that I've been like waiting to reveal to you, because I'm actually pretty excited about this. I only have one reservation at all, and I have a solution to it, I think. So I'm not really that worried about it, but I like to present to you where the PC is gonna go, and also how I'm gonna rig my microphone up, because these two things, actually I had no idea what I was gonna do with it when I decided to move down here. And actually, up until the desk was completely built, at that point, I knew what I was going to do with my PC. I already knew what I was going to do with the mic. The whole desk arrangement is designed around the mic being a certain way like this. The PC placement, I didn't know. I was like, here's the thing. My PC makes noise. Everyone's PC makes noise, but mine's a fairly powerful system, and therefore it makes a fairly good amount of noise. I don't want the computer to be within the microphone's pickup pattern, right? Within the pattern in which that microphone's paying attention and listening. It's gonna pick up some sound around it, but like primarily all the sound comes from directly in front of it and like off like around, I don't know what it is, like cardioid microphone, like 35 degrees out or whatever like that. So the solution I had tentatively, and it was like my backup solution, was just to place the PC there, like at the corner or like along the wall or something behind me. You would see it in the live stream. It would glow up green behind me and be like, okay, cool, whatever. But the thing is, I hate that because that's within the microphone's pickup pattern. I don't want that to happen. I'm a little bit concerned about my placement, but I think it's gonna be okay. This awesome PC here is gonna get placed on top of this. And then this, and I'm not gonna do this in this order, obviously, this is gonna get moved to right here in front of this wall. Okay? Now, measurement-wise, I didn't plan this, like I said, but it turned out so perfect. Measurement-wise, this sits 30 inches off the ground. 29.5 is how wide it is, right? So 30 inches off the ground, and it's 29.5 inches from left to right on the sides, right? Okay? That's the dimensions of that. My PC is about 9.5 inches thick, the case. The case is about 9.5 inches this way, and it sits about 22 inches off the ground. Also, specifically looking at the I/O panel in the back of the computer. So the I/O panel in the back of the PC, right here, this sits 1 foot off the ground. Okay, like right at this point right here, it's 1 foot. With the computer on top of it, it puts the I/O panel, the bottom of the I/O panel ends up being 42 inches, right? 30 plus 12. This would be 42 inches off the ground. Guess how high this right here is? it's 43 inches high, which means the bottom of my I/O panel on my computer, when I sit it right here, is right here. All of my wiring, all of my cords, everything that I'm plugging into the computer will be right here, and it will just go whoop, right over the wall and down and plug in where it needs to go. You'll see it. Everyone will still see the cables. If you're walking into the room, you're still going to see the cables. But like, I never have to while I'm in my office. And it's not like they're going to be seen very much. It's not like there's a ton of cables everywhere. They're just going to go whoop, right down and all the way straight down into there. That worked out pretty well. Now, it gets even better because of like how the positioning and everything works. This is 29.5 inches wide. From this paneling here, right, from this trim right here all the way to the very end of this, 29.5 inches. It's going to be basically flush. According to my, tape measure, it's going to be basically flush. Now, because the PC is about 10 inches or so thick, the case, it's going to sit out to about here, this far out. And the only reservation I have with that plan is the pool table, which is right now, the pool table is my cable table, right? Everyone, when you're in doing a project, you got to have a cable table, right? When you're playing pool, right, you got that pool stick, it might come back here this way, right? Be a bad deal if somebody took a pool stick to my glass on my computer, right? Well, I've measured it out, and you'd have to be a pretty extreme pool player to hit the computer from where I'm going to put it. However, I have another solution to this. I'm actually going to protect the computer even further with sort of a glass shielding, like a plexiglass shielding on this side of it, and then up on top. This will do two things. One, if they hit it, it'll hit the plexiglass shielding instead of hitting the computer itself. You'll still be able to see through it because it's still glass. It's just glass. It's just another layer of like plasticky type glass in front of the computer. And then also on the top, because it'll stop like a lot of dust from coming in there up on top of it, right? Because dust is a big problem. Now, it's still going to be open in the front, so it's still going to have airflow through the front, and it's going to be wide open in the back, of course, so we'll have wide open airflow through the back. It's obviously wide open down here, so there's going to be no problems with airflow. It's also a good 5 degrees or so cooler down here than it is upstairs, so temperature-wise, everything should be fine. I'm water-cooled anyway, so... Oh, man! So, that really is flush. Like, it's the same. It's flush. Problem though, didn't measure the actual depth of my case, right? So even though the I/O shield is like the right height, you can see right here, this bottom of this is pretty much right where I said it would be. But even though that's the case, it's a little bit too far back from the wall. So the cables are gonna have to come back and then around, but it's like an extra 3 inches. If I was 3 inches short on the cable, maybe I'll change it. I don't know, but like the fixing the problem is just moving this a little bit further this way. But I like the fact that it's flush with that wall. It's really great, and it's really awesome too because of my next thing that I'm going to do. And actually, I could probably move it a little bit this way because my microphone, that's pretty good. This whole premise right here is set up around this microphone. This is my arm, right, for the microphone. Okay, this is the arm. And this is the blue shock mount, right, for the Blue Yeti. Nice shock mount, awesome shock mount. This shock mount, however, it's got a bit of a problem. It likes to have the microphone be upside down. It's more comfortable, it's much more balanced and more comfortable with the microphone upside down. I would like it to be right side up. I don't know how I'm going to pull that off necessarily, but I'm pretty sure how I'm going to position this thing to where it doesn't flip over. I'm pretty sure. So this is going to get mounted on the wall again, just like it was before. But this time, instead of mounting it on a big wall like it was before, it's going to mount right here. And then it's going to stretch its arm between those two monitors, right? And put the mic right where I want it, between those two monitors, okay? The hope here is that I get it positioned precisely the way I want, to where it's in front of my mouth, but not in front of my eyes. And then also, it's going to be flexible a little bit, so when I'm not recording, I can lift it up and get it out of the way. When I am recording, I can pull it down, do my thing, pick it back up, get it out of the way. That's the really cool part about that arm. And the great part about using an arm instead of the built-in, like the stand that it comes with, because it does come with a desk stand. The problem with the biggest problem with the desk stand, it's really a horrible problem. It renders the mic like almost unusable if you're using that desk stand. And it's because every single bump, every single touch, even just clicking your mouse, the vibrations that come through the desk go straight up into the mic, and the mic hears everything. Even the tiniest thing, you don't hear it with your ears even. You're just like touching the desk, like tap, 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 just touching it. That vibration is enough to get picked up in the mic. Terrible plan. Never have your mic mounted on your desk unless there's a shock mount between the stand and the desk that it's on and the microphone. You have to have a shock mount, otherwise you're gonna get all that stuff. Gosh, you gotta be kidding me. No way. No way. I have never seen that happen. Are you kidding me? The material that I'm trying to drill into, that I'm trying to like screw this stuff into, it just snapped the screw. Like, I can't get it out of there. That's gonna be in there forever. And I also can't put this in there anymore. I guess I could go down here, but I'm gonna need a different screw. I don't even think I can get this. Is this one gonna snap too? This one seems like it's gonna, this one seems fine. Wow, I've never seen that happen. That just snapped that screw. I can't do it with the drill. The drill refused to do it. So like I switched to the screwdriver and it's like, it's really tough, but it just snapped it. That metal, that screw is right there. Wow, okay. All right, well that went in a little further than the last one. Well, let's give this a shot. See if it decides to break. It's getting pretty tough to turn. Okay then, so I'm gonna be trying to record, right? I just lower the mic down. Comes right here in front of my mouth, exactly where it needs to be. It's not in my way of the monitor, which is a good thing. I can actually move this monitor now even closer to the center of the desk, right about there. And that will be perfect. It doesn't block my view of any screen. And when I'm done recording for the day, or I'm done recording whatever I'm gonna be doing, just whoop, it's out of my way. Out of sight, out of mind, no big deal. If I'm gonna do a client call, I don't necessarily need it to be in front of my face because that's gonna show. I am curious to see what the webcam can see at this particular situation, because the webcam is totally gonna pick up that mic because it's right there in my face. But you know, the sound quality is what I'm really after. And maybe for live streams, what I can do, I could just take this, I could tip this up on its head, right? Like this instead, right? And then I could just do the normal live stream that I normally used to do with the microphone just out of the way to where you can't see it, but it's above. I won't be speaking directly into it, but it's a live stream. I think the face cam might be the more important thing. And then for the Let's Plays, we'll just flip it over and tighten this back down. This is a perfect setup. I'm really pumped about this. Thanks for watching this little video. I can't believe this totally busted. Like, what? Thanks for watching this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you want more, and I guess I'll give you one final update once I've got everything turned on and I give you a tour of exactly what's happening here. It's probably going to be like a couple of days at least until that happens. Might even be longer. I have no idea when these videos are even going live because I just did all this in one night. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Special thank you, seriously. Special thank you to the patrons. You guys are just, you guys are the reason why I'm pushing myself so hard to make the best possible quality content. Moving my office to a new place, that's just step one. I've got a lot of other stuff to do, and it's gonna be fun. Oh, I actually almost forgot to show you, there's actually one more part to this, and that's the pop filter, right? So the pop filter goes on, I'm gonna put it probably on the stand here like this. Yeah, I'll probably put it up here, but it's just gonna end up coming right in front of the mic. And that gets rid of all those really hard P's and B's and like any sound that you make that ends up putting a really hard sound or a bunch of wind into the air. They're called plosives. And this pop filter virtually eliminates all the plosives, which is exactly what we're supposed to do. So that's pretty much it. Now I'm done. Bye. Thank you again. Bye.